Good morning and welcome to Morning Coach Today. I am so glad you're with us. Hey, it's JB. It's Monday. Ready to go. 5169. My favorite month. It's time to get committed. It's time to really challenge yourself. This is our opportunity. I am so excited about what we're going to be doing this next year. I really am. And it all starts this week as we get going. So what do we got going on? Well, first, let's talk about the planner. Jurgen is the man. If you haven't got in the community yet and met Jurgen, you got to meet him. He's unbelievable. He spent some time in our planner, just improved it to make it even better. So now you can go get the 2024 planner. It's got a table of contents that he put in there for those of you that are remarkable. I mean, it is just off the charts. The navigation is unbelievable. There's a link to the table of contents. You'll see all the new links. I've got videos coming. We've got all types of training coming so that you can start to get organized with your planning system. Start with the front matter. It's time to start getting that organized. We're going to be talking about it this week. In fact, tomorrow we're going to go through the Sacred Six. We're going to start that as our book review. I haven't done that as a book study in years. We're going to do that review. We've got Thursday. I've got some discussions on a goal versus project versus a task. It is time for us to really get it together. I'm so excited. This is going on 19 years, and then having additional people like you and other people in the community that are just amazing, like Jurgen, who are putting their time in and their effort in. I am super pumped with that. And by the way, something that's coming new for the year, just keep an eye on your email because I'll email you when this comes. We have new apps coming. And these new apps are going to allow us to send notifications. They're going to allow us to have the community stronger. We're going to be able to do meetups in there. We're starting with Apple first, and then we're also building Android. They'll be coming this month at some point when they get approved. And you're going to be able to just press a button, and it's our app. It's a Morning Coach app. The only thing we don't have right away is the ability to listen to the Coach Cast. It's coming next year. But you'll be able to access Evening Coach and Morning Coach next year. Just continue to listen the way you do traditionally through your apps. But eventually, everything, you're just going to press a button and boom, you are in our world. I'm excited about that. It's going to be life-changing for me and for us to have a communication platform that we're not trying to figure out where to go, right? It's great to go to the website. I get it. But this is going to give us something that's even deeper and stronger in our commitment to next year's plan. It's going to get me in there more. It's going to get more of us working together, and that's really important, okay? The other thing that I would say as we get into this Monday is, we're getting more into our planning, and now is a good time to start reviewing your projects. What are you working on? What are you finishing up the year with? Let's tie those up so that we can start working on the new stuff that we're going to be talking about. So there's so much going on, and this week we're going to start talking by today asking you about your commitment level. And that means your commitment to your 7 Ps. Do you have the proper perspective? Are you setting the daily priorities? Are you focused on improved performance? Do you have patience to allow this to work? Do you have great posture? Are you staying present and are you persisting? We've got to make sure we're working on that plan and that structure and the basics so that we can focus on the really big picture that's going to happen for all of us next year. Speaking of which, you're listening to the free Monday Coachcast. I've done this for almost 19 years now. To get the rest of the Coachcast, go over to morningcoach.com and click the join button. We have trials. Depending on when you go over there, there's going to be an ability to see what we do and be able to be a part of this amazing community, get this amazing coaching, nothing like it in the world, that you can connect with every day to make your 2024 just absolutely amazing. If you got any questions, we're real people. Hit us up at info@morningcoach.com. We'll tell you more about it. We have basically 2 tracks right now that are really awesome. It's our daily planning and structure that you can get involved with, or we have a professional expert coaching that we help others that are like me, right, that are out there trying to leave impact and really help them with their business. This is something we don't normally open up, so you have to email on that for us if you're a coach or you're somebody that's looking to build their business. But if you're looking for productivity, systems, planning, structure, organization, the ability to manifest the dream that you really want, this is a place you need to be. Not only for what I'm doing, but with the amazing people that are around the world that will support you in this community. It's an awesome time to get ready. This is the best time. So head on over to morningcoach.com, get started immediately, and you can start listening to the rest of the week, get involved in our book studies. So much stuff that we've got over there. And it'll change your life, as it has literally thousands of others around the world. So love to have you be a part of that. let's get back to the show. When you get a chance, after you listen to this, go over to morningcoach.com. Okay? So, again, tomorrow we're getting in the Sacred Six. We're going to go back to my book. You can go up in the book study. Most of you have it. If you haven't had a chance to grab a copy, grab a copy. It's a great time to review that. We're going to be going through that. I've got the schedule up in the book study area on the Compass. Wednesday, we're going to talk about the magic you are looking for is in the work you need to do. One of my favorite quotes. We're going to talk about new habits. So we're going to get into that strong on Wednesday. Thursday, we're going to talk about Ask a JB, and it's going to be what is a goal versus a project versus a task. I get that all the time. We're going to be going over this ad nauseum this month, but we've got to really dive into the system so you're utilizing it properly and you're committed to it this year. Friday, we're going to talk about focusing on your financial future. We're going to talk about setting up your ILD plan and why Fridays are so important with our freedom and fulfillment and how that fits into everything. Saturday, obviously, we have Dr. Paul coming on and helping us with health ideas and issues. Really great information. And then Sunday, we're going to talk about understanding forgiveness and the process forward. How do we allow things that we haven't done, allow them to go so that we can move forward? I know for myself, there are certain things when I look back the last couple of years that I've really focused on, but I haven't really committed to. And so the idea today is to check the commitment level. I want you to check, are you committed to what we are going to be saying we're going to do? A couple of years ago, I bought guitars. I was excited. I spent a lot of money on these guitars. I wasn't committed to them. I practiced for a month and then kind of got bored, and I never got committed to them. Am I committed to it this year? I don't know. I'm working through my plan just as you are, right? How about the commitment level of writing? I've discussed that before. I've got so many books that need to get done, but I've got so much other focus that I haven't truly been committed. Because the truth is, if you're committed, you're going to have a goal and you're going to have a strong reason why. And that's what I really need you to meditate and think about is like, what are your whys? Remember, goals without whys are wishes. We've got to delve into that. We'll talk about it Thursday even more. But as we start setting our goals that are going to lead us to our mission next year, that is what our focus needs to be. So as we start working in the front matter, and we're going to talk about trusted advisors, and we're going to talk about the system needs and what you need, right? But what you got to do before it all happens, and that's why this time of year is so important, is we've got to start to look at the mission. Like, what do we want our year to look like? What do we want to go towards? What are things that we want to make happen? You know, as we get older, it makes it more challenging. My working out, I was yelling at my cousin the other day because he was supposed to come over. But I'm blaming myself. You know, I'm in SIRS structured programs, but I have been really just on doing the basic of the basics of the basics in my working out. I have not been that productive with it. I haven't been focused with it. I did really good not drinking a lot, but there were still moments where I had a couple drinks and it ruined a couple days for me. And as I get older, I'm finding it harder and harder to get to the gym. But part of that reason is I haven't been truly committed to working out. And again, I like to talk about the things that aren't working for me and then talk about some of the things that are. YouTube was another one that trailed this year. You know, we got a ton of people from YouTube, a lot of new members. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being a part of supporting my YouTube journey and also being here. But I haven't done my part on YouTube. Just now, the last couple weeks, I've started to really get back into form. But in order for me to do that, with the commitment level of things that I have going on here, you know, we've got some new cohorts going on. I've got some other things happening. You know, it's a challenge. I've got to get my scheduling in place. I have to be committed at a different level than I have before. And I have to get the big why, right? And so one of the things you're going to hear about from me as we start to look into commitment and to look at what I'm trying to focus on is this year, I want to get to $1 million in revenue. Why? Because I told you my big mission that took 18 years to get to is to help animals. And in order to help animals, I have to grow. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when now. And it's like, am I committed to it? Am I committed to getting up early in the morning and really putting in the time that it's going to take to grow? And what's $1 million a year? We'll talk about it Friday, but it's $83,000 a month. It's $12,230 a week. It's $2,739 a day. What does that break down to? Basically, 1,500 members billed monthly. I mean, that's with my numbers. So, and I've had 1,231 people in Morning Coach before, so we need to break that record. Now, does it mean I'm going to get it done in 2024? No, the objective is to get myself in a position to be able to do that consistently, meaning we're doing 1,500 members a month. That is a lot of work. That is a ton of work on my end. But if I really want to achieve this goal, if I really want to achieve those numbers, then I got to work towards it. And you know me. What's amazing is I've never been a financial person. It's something that I haven't been. But if you've seen the emails, like we're starting to market more and we're starting to put things out there that I typically wouldn't do. And we're starting to do that because I am getting committed to these numbers, meaning I am willing to DWIT it. And remember what DWIT is. Do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes to get yourself to a place that you want to be. And I want to get back to that. One time in my career did we come close to that, and we were doing masterminds, bigger masterminds, right? But I'm committed to that. And why? Why would I commit myself to working harder? Why would I put myself through the stress and the anxiety of doing this? Is because I got a big why. I got a big why. And I want to help those animals, and I want to help myself, and I want to make a big difference, and I want to have the money to be able to do things great here and to be able to put the time into it. And by having that many members and being able to get back to where we once were, it allows me to focus on you, and allows us to have money to be putting back into things and get bigger and better and stronger at everything we're doing. The apps get better. We get better. The coaching gets better. The planner gets better. Everything gets better. So those are my whys. And so as we start looking at things and you go, okay, I'm committed, or I was committed this year, and we look back to our plan. We're going to do the grape ritual again. We look at our goals and things we wanted to achieve. We have to ask ourselves, why didn't we get there? And the majority of the time, it's going to be because we weren't committed to it. We weren't committed to something that was going to get there. We weren't committed to a system that was going to get us there. It's why a lot of times, when we work for somebody, we got to get pushed. They got to push us. They got to give us some motivation. They got to give us the carrot. Because we get apathetic. We get very, very casual in our relationships to achievement. And the truth is, it does take work. Now, with that being said, I'm working hard on my psychology of manifestation. I'm working hard on my meditation. Again, this is something I have to be very cautious of. It's alcohol, because alcohol makes me very negative. It's very much fun. I love to be with my friends, my family, have a few glasses of wine. Next thing, one thing leads to another. We're singing, we're having fun. It's 3 a.m. It screws up my sleep and messes me up for 2 or 3 days. But it messes up my ability to manifest, because then I start getting negative. I have anxiety. I have worry, that anxiety that comes from drinking too much. Can I get there? And you start getting self-doubt. Notice that a lot on the golf course. So there's some structural things that I need to do to my commitment level to be able to achieve the things that I want to achieve. And it's same with you, right? We've got to delve into what it is that we want to do. There are systems and tools for everything, right? There are certain things you can do. You've got to find investment money. There's things you've got to do in order to make things happen. And of course, as we read Victoria's book last month, as we look into putting ourselves out there and doing things, you never know what's going to happen. You just keep falling forward. I do the tarot. I talked about this last month a little bit to kind of just get thinking differently. And I pulled the Joker card one day, or the Fool card. I'm sorry, it's a Fool. And the Fool's falling off the cliff. And really it meant just fall off. Start to pick some big things and go after them. And so that's where I'm at. And that's right. I want to challenge you as we start our week this week to start thinking about your next year. What it is that you want to achieve, and what is the thing that you're going to do in order to get the why. I mean, it's got to be something that drives you, because you're going to get apathetic. I'm going to tell you, you're going to just fall into the norm. We're going to get to a place like right now, we're getting a lot of new people. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. But it's like I can take my foot off the gas pedal really easy. And I've done it in the past. You've seen it. You've followed me. You've been with me for years. I haven't marketed. I haven't sent emails. I haven't pressed the pace. I've just kind of been very stagnant and very happy, but very stagnant in the things that I'm doing. I haven't worked on my marketing message and the way we're putting energy out there. It just is something I haven't done, right? And that's what I need to do. I need to press the pace. We all need to press the pace if we want to achieve, right? So here's the deal. If your life is great, and we have people here that come for the energy and like, JB, hey, I'm already fulfilled. I'm looking for those tools and tactics to the next level. We'll have those for you. But if you really want to achieve, and you're somebody that's like, man, I feel like I've been spinning my wheels, or I feel like I want to leave a legacy. Talked about that yesterday, that big word, a legacy. And it's time to do it. Then let's put some big goals out there. Let's put a big mission out there and really get that singular purpose. Like, I'm going to do it no matter what. When it comes to bringing in 1,500 new members, if you think that's a lot of people. Been there before, but in order to do that, I've got to produce at 10 times more than I'm doing right now. Remember our 10X book? It's just I've got to produce 10 times more in a way that's going to bring those members. We're already building everything in order to handle it, but I've got to do more. I've got to 10X myself. And that's what we're focusing on. We're going to 10X this year. We're going to 10X the mentality. We're going to 10X the membership, and we're going to go after it. We're going to go after it. And I'm excited because you're with me. And your investment in the things that we're doing is allowing us to make this better. It's allowing us to make it better for you. It's allowing me to be every single day with you, rain or shine. And this year, I'm more committed to more energy, to getting better, and really bringing you a message that's just life-changing. Bring you better books, bring you better ideas, bring you better focus and better tools, better community, better ways to connect. That's what we're going to do. That's my commitment level. That's my commitment, because better is what grows. Better makes this easier. The better we get, the more things start to occur. So let's focus together on the basics. And what are the basics? Getting your mission in place. I want you to be thinking about what you're going to do. Committing to a system, a planning system. Committing to, I don't care if it's a piece of paper or a whiteboard, but this is what I'm going to do every day. And remember, weekends. If you think about it, 52 weeks, 104 days of the year. If you're really committed, you're gonna do something on the weekends too. This isn't for the faint of heart. But if you're really committed, and I'm committed to bringing $1 million in revenue or 1,500 members, I got to work weekends. It just is what it is. It's not something I can say, I'm just going to, no, I'm committed to this. I got to wake up and I got to work until I feel I've done what I've done for the day, and then do it again the next day and the next day and the next day. I'll have a party when I get there, but it's the journey too. It's the path of going there. And it's the commitment level that you put into things that's really going to make a difference. And I'm excited. I'm committed. And I hope you are too. I hope you share it with me. I hope you share this energy, because now is the time to get the perfect plan in place. It's a time to get what you're going to go after and how are you going to do it step by step. Can you have multiple pieces? Yeah, you can have multiple pieces. Maybe you want to get your health in shape. Maybe you want to. But the underlying principle is to have whys for the big things we're going after. To make sure it's just not something we're putting it out there because we feel that's what we need. Instead of really going, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to put the rocket boosters on and make this thing happen. Let's get after it. I love you. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to kill it this year in 2024. And it starts now by getting committed. And I'm asking you, what's your commitment level? Is it a 4? Is it a 3? Is it an 8? Is it a 10? Let's get the commitment level high. Let's get the whys ready. And let's get the mission in place. And I'll be back tomorrow to get you going right here on morningcoach.com. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Remember to keep checking your email for the new apps. A lot of things going on. Be sending emails. Check the community. Make sure you're coming to the meetups. We've got a lot going on. Just keep checking. Okay, I love you. Do it to it. And I'll be back tomorrow right here on morningcoach.com.